What's up guys, Oonie here, coming at you live from college. I wasn't anticipating making any more videos, but I did actually bring along a few things that might be of interest, so we'll see. But for now, I'm going to be taking a look at this guy. Now this is a bootleg. It's a brick soldier, also known as a Chinese knockoff of Norik. Now, you guys are probably wondering how I got this. Well, you see, I simply saw it at one of those random Chinese shops or whatnot. The things that sell all the Asian stuff, you know. But basically, this thing is a complete ripoff of Norik back from 2005 with Bionicle, and it's replaced his head with a really cheap version of a Darth Vader helmet. So yeah, basically I've had this for a little while now, but it's mostly been for display purposes. Back in my old room, I had it standing next to the original Norik, the real Norik, as a way to kind of show off the differences. And unfortunately, I don't have him along with me, and unfortunately, I don't have his Rituka spinner, his ripcord, or his box with me. But if you guys go back to my room tour, I did have the box there. So if you really want to see something like that, it was in the made a quick cameo. But yeah. So I don't really know how to review this much other than the fact that it is pretty much part for part the same exact build as Norik, with the exception of a few colorations as well as the obvious helmet. So let's take a look at this helmet. So, you have to forgive me for the background noise and the obvious lighting inadequacies, but you can see this helmet, it's hollowed out on the inside. Basically it has an axle hole right here, and that just sticks onto this thing right here, which never came in orange as far as I'm concerned in actual LEGO sets. But this Darth Vader helmet is semi-full. It's kind of just a visor up front, and then the whole helmet piece is basically just a hat that wraps around the back. I have to admit, this is probably the best molded piece of the entire bunch, and that just goes to show how much of a bootleg this thing is in total. But yeah, it's actually not completely terrible. Like I said, this is decently molded. I bet I probably could make use of it somehow if I really wanted to, in terms of mocking, just for some random BS. But yeah. Now onto the actual model. This thing is pretty much a piece of junk. The only reason I keep it around is simply for decorative purposes, putting on display to show off how lame it is. So the pieces used are just terrible. It's pretty obvious someone just took a mold of the actual LEGO pieces and then remolded that into their own kind of shape. The pieces are really flimsy. They have a bunch of excess plastic sticking out the side, and basically most of the axle holes don't even hold properly or very well. On this side, you can already tell it's pretty flimsy. This thing's loose through and through. But see, it's either extra hard to take the axles out or they just fall off. This representation of the staff from the Roxy staff, and this thing doesn't even fit in the hand piece the whole way. There's a little gap right there. And as for the axle rod over here. You can kind of tell. No, you can't. But basically, this thing doesn't even go all the way into the handpiece. And hold on, let's take a look at this axle piece in the hole. Yeah, you know what? The axle's probably not as bad just because it's an axle. But hold on, let me show you. You see how these the old representation of the Metro Tauren limbs? Yeah, wow. It won't actually let an axle rod go all the way through, which is pretty lame. And I think this one, yep, this one doesn't even allow it to go through at all. So you can't even partially stick it through. Nope. So yeah, that's pretty bad. So I already mentioned this piece right here. I can't even get it out now. But basically, this is just an orange version of the blue pins that don't come in black. And then there's this extra long axle back here that comes in orange, which, yeah, that doesn't really exist either. From then on, the feet, same, pretty lame. Bunch of inconsistencies. I guess these aren't that bad, but yeesh, this is really rigid. And then on the back, you have this thing. So yeah, the actual launcher piece, I guess it's about the same. Still looks pretty bad. And then this thing, I don't believe we ever got one of these in orange, just like the other pieces that I've mentioned. So pretty much all there is to it. Final thoughts? Yeah, this thing is pretty lame, but I have it, and I don't know, I guess I have a special bond with it just because it's a bootleg. But yeah, hooray for Norik Vader, the Brick Soldier. Actually, I don't even know how much it was. I think it was pretty cheap anyways, but yeah. $360. But yeah, so sorry if this review wasn't all that entertaining. Yeah, essentially it's just going over how bad this thing is, but yeah. Alright, see you guys later. Oonie out.